New World is getting gear Equalised PvP and it's coming in the Brimstone Sands update. This is massive. So I made a video talking about how there was a note in the patch note that sort of implied it, but we weren't sure. Well, it has now been confirmed. It was confirmed on Twitter and it's confirmed in the PTR itself. Now, obviously the test might not make it to live, but this is huge. So I've deleted that other video and I just wanted to concentrate on this subject. So let's talk about it and let's show it you. But first, if you want to support the channel, then becoming a YouTube member is truly the best way to do that. Thank you to my current YouTube members. But now, let's get in game. So this is the PTR. I'm in the PTR, you can see it in the top right. Now, if you go into the menu in the modes, in Outpost Rush and Arena, you can see that, well, let's just go in the Arena because it's a little bit clearer. For level 60 players, this mode has gear score scaling, increasing the gear score of all equipment below 600 gear score to 600. Now, I don't know if anything above 600 will go to 625. I'm guessing not, and maybe that's what the difference is going to be. But 25 gear score is not really going to matter too much in the grand scale of things. It's the same thing for Outpost Rush, increasing the gear score of all equipment below 600 to gear score 600. I would have preferred you just made it 625, or you make anything above 625 600 as well, but that's okay. So confirmed, it's on the PTR, it's in the game, and its massive implications. Finally, anybody who's maybe a fresh 60 or a returning player who isn't max gear score can now do Outpost Rush and arenas and not be completely stomped. You will still be at a disadvantage. It's not like you will actually get into the game and start smashing. You'll lack perks. Well, I don't know what this character's got because I'm like on the PTR, I've actually got my engineering stuff on, but your weapons might not have all the 3 perks. You may not even have resilient, but it doesn't really matter. That's actually sort of like the difference, and I think that's good. What I always wanted was I wanted the modes for like PvP, the casual modes for Arena and Outpost Rush to be gear score equal. This is near enough. I'm happy enough with this, right? And then what I ideally would like, when we actually get like ranked PvP arenas, I would actually like people to be able to pick the perks and have it properly balanced so that only the best players win. Now, I know a lot of you be like, well, what about my hard-earned work and stuff like that? And I agree, the effort that you've put in should be rewarded, and it will be. Number one, anything above 600 sounds like it's going to be rewarded already. And number two, you will get that advantage in the open world PvP, and you'll get it in wars. So if you are a war player, then you obviously will need your gear score. Even if you're an Outpost Rush or Arena player, you'll still want your good gear, your best in slots. It's just closing that gap for fresh level 60s who go into Outpost Rush and get absolutely annihilated. Yes, they will still probably get beat because they won't have the perks. Their enemies will have the perks and you won't have the perks on your items, and you won't have resilience, and you won't have shirking, fortification, or whatever the perks we're running at this point. So you'll not actually be all that like benefited, but it's just the thought that counts. It's the idea that you can do it and you know you're not going to get completely just wiped off the face of the planet. I think this is a really good change for casual players who are maybe struggling to get up to gear score 600. Now when you hit 60, you can do it and not be completely like destroyed. I don't think it takes away all of the efforts people have put in. The perks are still really important, the stats are still really important, and it sounds like actually being gear score 625 still will be important. But it does mean that if you've just come back to the game, you're level 59 and you just hit 60 tomorrow, and you're like, oh, I'll do an Outpost Rush, well, obviously when Brimstone Sands update drop, it just means you're not going to get absolutely slaughtered, and I think that's a good thing. This for me is the right compromise with Outpost Rush and arenas right now. When we get ranked arena, I personally would actually like them to see completely equal gear. Let ranked arena be the place where skill truly matters. I say that as somebody who's not very good at the game, but I still want it to matter. I think New World has this great potential of having instance PvP content like Outpost Rush and Arena be like sort of vaguely equalized, but have open world and wars that are truly meaningful and have the gear be really important there. So less important in the casual context, very important in the wars, etc., in the hardcore place. That's what I like to see, and I think this is a sign that that's what we're getting. So yeah, I made another video and deleted my other one because in the other one I was like, hey, there's a patch note, we're not really sure what this means. But I think the implications of this are truly massive, and I think for casuals this is a great thing, and we're seeing it on the PTR right now. Hopefully this will make it into the game when it comes live. They did say it's a little bit of an experiment, but I really like it. I think it's really good. I even sort of like it that it's 600 and maybe the hardcore players will be 625. I think that's really like a decent gap without sort of like rendering everybody's efforts worthless. I'd maybe like to see in the future it just be completely equal, but I'll live with it. I'm happy with it. Let's go. Really good change, really happy with that, and it's massive. Again, big shout out to my YouTube members. I do really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. If you want to support the channel, that is the best way to do so. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.